Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is Aquascaping on the Fly, Living Art Creations. I'm Anthony, your host and your content creator. Here on this channel, I like to blend my spirituality and my love of nature, and I start almost every build off with a trip through a trail system or, well, we don't really have forest in Texas. So basically, it's like just being out in nature. What I find inspires me, and it prompts me to build something amazing. And right now, what you can see right here to my right is one thing that we're going to focus on today. This is the Tree of Life. This was made from a shrub that I found in a drainage ditch, and I created the tree. It took me 3 different times of working with the tree to get it into this container. Now, this is a 20-gallon long that I picked up at PetSmart with a coupon. The tank itself only cost me $28 and it was delivered for free. That's a huge score. You guys know how expensive this hobby can be. I try to do everything from an extreme budget. Now, the reason why we're focusing on this tank today is I just released a video early this morning where the Trinity tanks, which are up here on the top, which are my first set of tanks, and then the Tree of Life, all had shrimp introduced to them. And every vendor that I went through, and I wanted to buy locally, but locally was way more expensive. So I went to my second best option, which was Amazon, and I picked out the colors I wanted and the types I wanted. And I wanted to keep them separate as far as the breed and the color. And every website touted the fact that they sent extra shrimp in case you had DOAs. Now, I ordered from 3 different vendors. So I got 2 orders from one vendor. No one sent anything extra, and I had no dead on arrival. So that part was amazing. No dead on arrival, but no extra. All my orders were short. But I'm very happy to say that the one that came in today, I have to take my glasses off to see this. This one is Tropical Fish and Feed. Now, this order I originally placed was for 20 ghost shrimp. Do not ask me why I chose ghost shrimp for a tank that is as light as this, because you cannot find them in there. I did a really quick 1-minute video update for everyone that I first put on TikTok and then goes on my YouTube channel. And I think I looked for 20 minutes to find one. They're translucent, so you really have to really look. Now, don't freak out, because when I zoom this in, all this biofilm is normal. I freaked out. Okay, my channel is only 6 months old, so I don't have any experience doing this. I learn it and I do it. And a lot of my videos are full-on tutorials. I'll just tell you that right now. Full-on tutorial means that Anthony is going to talk his heart out and just say whatever pops into his head. A lot of times I will say a message that it may be meant for someone else that's watching the video. And by that, I mean that I walk in my divine light. I hate to say things like I'm a light worker, but I do know I have been shown I have a very powerful light, and that's what creates my energy, and then that translates into the things that I love. And this hobby I adore, and it shows in my videos because I get a lot of comments about my energy and my enthusiasm. So this is all genuine. So the biofilm is normal, so don't freak out, because I did. I freaked out like crazy. Now, I had ordered 20 because I figured, okay, it needs 20. I did the research on how many shrimp you can put per gallon, and I was flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. That just rolled off so nicely. At the amount of shrimp you could put in a build. I didn't want anywhere near that. I was like, oh my God, that's like a metropolis. No, I just want some shrimp in there to maintain it and to have their own little colony and to be able to breed as much as they want. That was my whole thing. But this order was 8 short. So I'm really happy to tell you that they sent me a full order of 10, and there's probably more than 10 in here. Now, I've had the bag in here. This is part of the acclimation process. So you know that you're supposed to hold the bag into the water that it's in, into your tank. anywhere from 15 to 30 minutes. We're at 40 minutes now because I started filming and I didn't like my intro, honestly. And by the way, Spirit has told me to quit editing out things that I don't like because the realness is what my audience is going to appreciate. So, but I still like that. I was like, oh no, I don't want to say that. That's not right. That didn't sound right. So I did a little mini meditation prayer during the middle and then started it up again. So this is the version you're hearing right now. So if the version changes, well, you won't know that because I'll just erase it. But anyway, I'm okay with it right now. So I've got them in here. So the temperature is okay. Now you can see the bag is full of water. So what we have to do now is we have to take the bag out and we have to put this water and these shrimps in a bowl. And then a lot of people use a drip system. I don't use a drip system. I have a turkey baster and I put a few ounces in every 15 minutes over an hour. So I'm going to do 4 doses of this water into the bowl over an hour, and then that should be fine. To me, that's easy. And then that way I can also count them because it does tell you to count them. I was surprised. I did like a really, really fast count. And I know I counted 8, and I know there's more than that in there. There may be 12. I'll be super excited if we have 12. But the ghost shrimp, I like the fact that they're not the tiniest shrimp. They're not like over here I have orange Rili, and they're like itty little things. You can hardly see them, and I've had a lot of them die. Snowball, I think I've had 3 die so far. One out of each one of these tanks died to molting, and that's unfortunate, but that does happen. So I've got orange Rili, and I put orange Rili back in here because the plants back in here kind of have this reddish tint to it, and I thought, okay, well, the orange and red look kind of cool together. And then Snowball, because this is such a dark tank, and I thought, okay, I want to be able to see them. And then over here, we have Amano. And I can tell you now why Amano shrimp are everyone's favorite. Oh my God. They're not only are they fun to watch, they're just like dedicated little feeders out there that just go crazy. And I have this one is called, well, of course, the tanks up here are called the Trinity series, if you're not familiar with the channel. Yeah, everything kind of has a religious reference. The Trinity series, this is Garden of Eden. This is Adam, this is Eve. These are 2 pieces of driftwood that I found, and I put them together, and they just looked like, they looked at first like, what, prayer hands. But I thought, no, it's Adam and Eve, because a few days later, I found this stick that's at the top, and it winds all around, and it's got a head that pops up, and it's got a mouth. It's the mouth of a snake. So I'm like, oh, hands down. That's a snake, Garden of Eden. This is Turtle in Motion, and this has a very, very special spiritual meaning for me because it reminds me when I was on a layover, because I'm a flight attendant in Barbados, and I helped rescue baby sea turtles that were going the wrong direction. They weren't going to the water, they were going to traffic. And so that was just magical one night. And then the one back here is Bird on a Wire. Most people don't get it. Here's the bird. Here's the tail feathers. This would be the wire part because that's a saying, bird on a wire. But the plants come here, grow all the way up to the top, and then the stick goes all the way up to the ceiling, which is how we want our pothos to be able to spread across all the growing area. Now, I am using full spectrum plant lighting, but you can tell when I span up here that my lighting is up in the branches above. I had to take it off of the tanks because we had there was too many algae issues and blackbeard and all that, and it was chaos. I even had cyanobacteria in one tank, and you guys know what that means. That's like death. So today, I'm getting ready now. Let me reorient the camera so you can see how I'm going to put these in a bowl. Let me get a bowl, transfer these in it. You're going to see the whole process. That way, when you will go to do something like this, you'll know exactly how to do it. So thanks for hanging out with me, and let me set this up. Okay, so you can see I've got my bowl here. Not too big, and I've got towels set up because, trust me, it gets messy. And I'm just going to take this bag. Now, there is this, barrier on the inside. I think it's supposed to probably keep the water from jostling around a lot. And these are more than, if it was like the last time, there's a bag and then there's another bag. Yeah. And I would like to take, I think there's 3 bags. Yes, there are. I will say this company was super easy to work with as far as getting the replacements. Oh, let me take that out. That way we can see exactly what's going on in here. Make sure you got light. It's like they're all on the very bottom. There's one swimming up. Yeah. Looks like they're all down here. All right, let me see if I can take, sure you're in camera. Yes. Zoom in a little bit. All right. As you can see everything, there we go, that's better. Now, all right. I want to make sure okay. I think we're good. Nobody's attached. Everyone is still at the bottom. So this way. See how I'm doing this? So they all can pour out. So now you know you can check your bag. There's nobody left in the bag. So that's perfect. And let's get rid of the mess. Okay, now we can count them. One, two, okay, I'm spooking them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I count 15, and they're moving. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Wow. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. No, 15. I got 15 in there. That's amazing. Now, I cannot say that is a standard, but that is amazing. All right, I'm going to bring you guys up. See if I can make them as high up as I can go. Yeah. And there's also a variety of, there you go, see? There's a variety of sizes. Let's try to do this. Back out just a little so you can see the whole container. There you go. And you see there's no dead in there. So there's the really one mature one. And then you have that middle size, you have like three sizes here. Oh, the big one. Big one's out. Big one's like, I'm not having this. I want out. Wow, it's good to know they get that big. Okay, so let me put you. Oh, sorry, I'm getting over a cold. All right, so we're going to add our water to it. And I just do 2. And we'll set the timer. And this is, each one of these is not even, is one, I think 1 ounce. And then I'll set the timer for 15 minutes. Okay, so if you don't have a drip system, that's exactly how you can get, oh wow, the large one really wants to get out. It's like, I don't know, I don't know about this. I don't think I like it. I don't want them to jump either because shrimp are known to jump. Okay, so let's look again now. There's the largest one, there's a medium size. No, we actually have 4 sizes. There's like very, very juvenile ones, the littlest ones. And then 1 size up, and then 1 size down from the largest. So that's pretty cool. Okay, I don't want to keep you guys running. My videos get really, really long. But on this one, I'm going to do something short for those of you who like a short video. So I'm going to like put you on hold, and then we'll come back whenever the hour is up and we're ready to put them in the tank. Oh, but before we do that, let's give you a view of the tank. That's what I was forgetting. Now, I don't think we're going to find, let me look. My eyes are used to looking because they're so, so clear. It's so hard to find them. But there's a couple of places where they usually always hang out. Nope, they're in the back. Okay, let's see if I can pick this up in the video. I see them in the back. There's 1, possibly 2. I don't know if the camera will pick it up because it's clear. I may have to. I see it coming into focus. There's one right there in the very, very back. Oh, it's not going to be there. Okay, I can see it now. Okay, it's kind of like right in the middle of your shot. If you can see it, it's on the gravel. It's feeding and its tail is pointed up. I don't think I can go any tighter because it's gonna, I think it's gonna lose it. Yeah, it's the water rippling and yeah, it's right there. There you go, it just moved a little bit. Okay, so there are supposedly, 12 in there right now. The order was for 20. They only needed to send me 8. I thought they might send me 10 because they would put extra in there for DOAs. But these all look amazing. I'm super excited about this. This tank needs a lot because of the amount of biofilm. Now, this tank, I have my notes here. I can give this to you really quick. You guys need to check out that video that I just posted on this because I detailed every single one of the tanks, what the tanks cost, with plants and everything, and lighting and substrate. The Tree of Life was planted on May the 10th. And the shrimp, okay, I cannot pronounce it. It's Palaemonetes ghost shrimp. They were $23 for 20. It was tropical fish and feed on Amazon. 12 arrived alive. The shrimp were added on 6/10. So this tank cycled for 1 month. I have never cleaned it because when I built the tree, this is my attempt at an agumi style or agumi inspired build. I didn't intend on building a 20-gallon. I was going to do another 10, so the first incarnation of the tree was too big for a 10-gallon. I mean, it was physically too long. So I thought, okay, what am I going to do? So I thought about, okay, let's do a long. I had wanted to do a long one because the Trinities are the set of 3 that all share the same characteristics. So, and I can point that out really quickly if I don't forget. But they're made to go together, and they're made to go in the order they're in. They were planned that way. So the Tree of Life, though, is really a standalone that just complements the tanks that are already there. The whole thing is an art install for me. I look at everything from an artist's eye. And so when I built the larger version of the tree, it actually filled the entire aquarium like it does now. And also, it breaches the surface, which was intentional. It's not centered, which is intentional. And the imperfect is the tree that we are turning it into perfect. So now when you first look at the tree, you would say, oh, the tree is dead. There's no greenery on it. No, this is not a bonsai tree that someone's going to put moss all over it. No, that's not the intent. This tree is a phoenix. This tree is being reborn. And part of its rebirth is it's regrowing leaves at its base. It's in this beautiful area where all the plants around it are all this pinkish red hue. So that's it. It's only 2 plants. It's, I call it Rosa. It's Rosenberg Mini. I think it's called an Alternaria. And then also it's a Boost Aragon. And I like the Boost because it has almost this turquoisey color to it every once in a while. But let me span back because, well, your shrimp is still there. But I want to give you the full look of the tank. And you can kind of see what I'm talking about. So because the tree is so big, there's no way I could get in there and clean this. It's just not possible. And I didn't want to anyway. I wanted to see, we're trying to do things low tech here, no tech. I do put a wave maker in just because I want water action. That I am a Cancer, and those of you who have anyone in your family or yourself or as a Cancer, you know that water is our power. And to hear the water trickling is very calming and soothing. So for me, it's all about taking advantage of the fact that I have, water in my studio now, and that I can take advantage of it also being very calming. So what's nice for me is that I can just sit there and look at these things or just listen to them with no noise or anything on it. It's very much like a Zen moment for me, and I love it. So when you're planning a build, think of something like that. Think of something that speaks to you. Go out in nature, see what you can find, and then create what you want. And don't worry about what anyone says about it. Don't worry if anyone else likes it. It doesn't matter. If you like it, that's all that matters. And my reverence is always I take my nod from Mother Nature because I'm grounded in Mother Nature. That's where I get, I walk in a trail system or a forest, and that's where I get my power. Just the other day, I was out walking barefoot in Texas in a trail system, and I felt the heat from the earth, literally coming up from the bottom of my feet, coming into my body, and I felt it. It was very, very healing. So you guys, you know, I know some of you like, oh, he's so crazy. No, don't worry about it. Your opinion is your opinion. But for those of you out there interested in this, you should try some of these things like that. It's really enlightening. Okay, so that being said, now you can see the full on. So yes, it breaches, it's not centered. What I did do though, is I designed a cave system for the shrimp. So a lot of times when I can't find the shrimp, it's because they're hidden. They will go underneath the tree system because it's got hollow areas, and the biggest one is right here in the middle, so I can always take a look at it. Okay, so you see where those rocks, you see that little opening in the back there? That's where the hollow area starts. And it goes all the way to where the curves come over here. It's on the back side of it back there. It was really fun to design something like this that you knew that, you know, shrimp would appreciate. They love the rock system. They really do. They're always on the rocks. But just today is the first time I've seen one of them on one of the branches. But here's their little entry area, and they can get in there. There's all kind of places to hide between all these rocks. And I did all that just so they would have hiding spots. Because I was thinking, okay, when they start breeding, I'll want places for the baby shrimp, you know, to be able to go to. Because I would like to keep a colony always going. That's, you know, that's the health of your ecosystem. So now that you've seen that, you've seen one in the tank, let's go ahead and put this on pause. And then when I'm ready to get back to putting them in finally, I'll just turn the camera back on. So you guys hang out for a hot minute. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do something a little different. It's been about an hour and a half. I watched one of my spiritual videos on YouTube, and I had kind of a great meditation session with my angel posse. And so I think instead of doing these in the net one at a time, I'm going to, if I can, I think I have the height above the tank so I can take the bowl and just pour it directly into the tank itself. And I think you guys just saw one of the large shrimp in the tank just literally go across the screen. And I've never seen that happen before. Either that or someone's like molted and yeah, sorry, I've been crying. I had a really beautiful moment in my meditation with my guides, with my angels. So, and I'm a Cancer, so you know how Cancers are. We cry at the drop of a hat, so that's no secret. Okay, I'm just looking to see if I thought it was right here. It may have just been the shell then, because it came by so quickly. And I thought, wow, that's so different to, yeah, it just may have just molted. I think that's what it's called, right? Molting? Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see it grazing anything or anything like that. Okay. So let me back up. That was really odd that I caught that. I don't have the best of eyesight. I wore glasses since I was in second grade. And right now I don't have anything. I don't have my glasses on. So, all right, so I'm going to pour them in right here. So you guys can, let me make sure the bowl oh, you know what? That won't work. Yeah, that's the problem I had before. The bowl will not work. All right, so we'll have to put them in. And we'll count them while we're doing it. See if we can get them in at 2 at a time. All right. First one, 2. 1, 2. You guys see that? And who's next? I got 1. This would be 3. And 3 and 4. Come on. There's 3, 4. Oh. Here it. I'm going to do 5 by itself. 5 is the biggest one. 5. This is, hang on, hard to tell on these. Six, 7. Yep. Come on. Come on. 8. Come on. It wants to stay in. Oh my gosh. I mean, really, in truth. 9. 9. Ten. Was that all I had in there? I guess so. $11. One out. Jump for it. That one might be kind of stuck. $12. Guys, you can really see the sizes now. $13. Come on. 14. Last but not least. Oh, you don't want to come, huh? Oh, okay. Playing hard to get. Okay. Here's number 15. Out the gate. 15. Okay, cool. Now, where did they all go? You guys are probably like saying in the background, there they are, there they are. Okay, well, I can't see them. They usually go to the gravel. That's how they did it the last time. A little sneak peek here. Gravel, all right. Loosen that up so it flows a little better. Okay, so with the addition of this 15 and my 12, we have 27 in here now, which is a nice number considering the vast amount of wood that has to be. Oh, did you guys see that? Okay, with the lighting right now, see how the cave goes back in there? There's lighting right there. Yeah. Oh. There you go. So no one, of course, they're not going to be eating right away. You know, they're in shock. They're in a new place. Oh, there's one. Wow, right there. That's pretty cool. Wait a minute. That may be one on the back side right there too. You guys see that? Yeah, I think there's one there. I should be able to find these a lot easier now that there's so many in there, because all you got to do is you just got to fixate on when you see something that looks like clear jelly inside the tank. Let's move a little bit over here and see. I always sort of thought they would be like in this middle area. You know, hanging out, hiding. So what I'll do is I'll just keep monitoring them every day. I look to make sure. I mean, if there's any dead ones, you can tell right away because, you know, they just kind of like, they just kind of hover at the bottom. They kind of like float at the bottom. So they're easy to find. Wouldn't be surprising if someone molted today, because remember in the other ones I've already had at least 3 molt. No, more than that, 4 molt in the other tanks, and so none of these have yet. So yeah, that makes sense. And it had to be that big one that was doing it. So that's pretty cool. All right. Well, I guess that was the only ones we were going to see. Oh no, right here. Saw one. There you go. See right there? Oh, someone's going to town. And I believe there's a second one right there. There's 2 in the same shot. Ooh, we just hit the jackpot. There you go. So they're out doing their thing. There's another one. Oh, so they went to the front. Okay, that doesn't surprise me. All right, so they're in the front. All right, so now you've seen them. They're doing the walk. It's interesting, the last group I put in, they favored the front right corner. This one's just going right along, right there. That's the last group, they just favored that corner there. I was trying to see if I could see any more right there. Yes, I think I do. This goes out of focus though. There's the little ones. Little ones are going to have trouble until they get their bearings on the little baby ones are going to have a harder time because of the water motion. I think that's a couple right there. Anyway, so there they are. There's your potting shot. Oh my gosh, look at them. You're just going like little troopers. They got to get acclimated. All right, so I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll just monitor them every day, see what's going on. You guys have a great time. Thanks for hanging out with me. And, oh, there's another one. Oh, gosh, now we can see a bunch of them. Anyway, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.